If overthinking burned calories, you'd be jacked. So why do we get stuck in endless mental loops, even when we know it's pointless? The truth is, most of us were never taught how to break free from our own thoughts. I used to think overthinking meant I was just too sensitive. But honestly, I've lost hours replaying the same text, the same conversation, the same what if. Sometimes I'd catch myself rewriting a message 5 times, then deleting it anyway. Here's what nobody tells you about overthinking. Your brain isn't broken. It's actually doing exactly what it evolved to do. Our ancestors who constantly scanned for threats survived longer than those who didn't. But in today's world, that same mental vigilance turns everyday decisions into psychological torture chambers. Think about the last time you sent a text and didn't get an immediate response. Your brain probably created 17 different scenarios about what went wrong. Maybe they're angry. Maybe you said something stupid. Maybe they're talking about you right now. Sound familiar? This is where most advice falls apart. People say, just don't think about it. Or, stay positive. That's like telling someone drowning to just breathe underwater. It sounds nice, but it ignores what your brain is actually wired to do. The real problem isn't that you think too many thoughts. It's that you think the same thoughts over and over without any resolution. And research from Yale backs this up. People who get stuck replaying the same worries are much more likely to feel anxious or even depressed. Psychologists call this a loop. Your mind keeps hitting replay, hoping for a new answer, but all it does is wear you out. Like when you keep replaying an argument in your head, hoping you'll finally win, but it just makes you feel worse. So how do you actually break free? Here are 5 strategies that work with your brain, not against it. First, set a worry timer. Yes, you're literally scheduling time to worry. Welcome to adulthood. Instead of fighting anxious thoughts all day, give them a 15-minute window. When your brain starts spinning outside that time, remind yourself, I'll deal with this during my worry session. Why does this work? Because your brain relaxes when it knows there's a plan. Try it for a week. Pick a time, stick to it, and see what happens. But what happens when those thoughts feel too urgent to postpone? Second, use the 2-minute rule. If you can do it in under 2 minutes, do it now. If it takes longer, write it down. Your brain loves lists more than you think. Most overthinking happens because your mind is trying to hold on to problems you haven't handled yet. Research shows that writing down worries can cut their emotional impact almost in half. Your brain chills out when it knows the info is saved somewhere else. Here's where it gets interesting though. Sometimes the problem isn't real at all. Third, practice the reality check method. Ask yourself 3 questions. Is this actually happening right now? What evidence do I have that this will occur? What would I tell a friend in this situation? Most overthinking is just your brain imagining the worst. When you catch yourself spiraling, run through these questions like a mental fact checker. Your brain loves drama, but facts are boring, and that's exactly what you need. Now, what about those late-night thought marathons when your brain won't shut up? Fourth, try the brain dump technique. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down everything bouncing around in your head. Don't edit or organize, just dump it all out. This isn't about finding solutions. It's about emptying your mental junk drawer so you can actually sleep. Research from Baylor University found that people who wrote down their worries before bed fell asleep 9 minutes faster. Yes, you're allowed to write nonsense at 2 a.m. Your brain will thank you. I tried this after one too many 2 a.m. Thought marathons, dumped my worries on paper, passed out halfway through. The best part? Reading it the next morning was honestly hilarious. Here's the real kicker. Most overthinking happens when we try to control things that are completely outside our influence. You can't control whether someone likes your text message, but you can control how long you spend analyzing their response time. Here's your challenge for this week. Pick one of these strategies and commit to using it for 7 days. Notice I didn't say pick all 5. That would just give you something else to overthink about. What's one technique that resonated with you? Try it consistently and see what happens. Your future self will thank you for taking action instead of just thinking about taking action. If you made it through this entire video without overthinking whether these strategies will actually work, you're already ahead of most people. Now stop analyzing and start doing, and let me know in the comments which strategy you're trying first. See you in the next one. If it made you pause, stay with it. Subscribe. This isn't the last clarity drop. And if something in this hit home, share it below. Thanks for watching Snapside.